Greetings, Earthlings. Coming to
Hello.
you live from I'm Streaming Town. I'm,
Weird name.
we're
Coming to you
the
live
Stream
from four
Friends.
distinct but indefinite parts of the United States.
Well, undefined locations within the United States.
They're extremely defined. We're just not going to share them.
That's right. From our secret layers. Look is
The
on the phone.
population has gone down from 5 to 3.5.
My lair is currently under construction.
That's true. Jeff is doing a lot of good
Yes.
work.
And I'm here as a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Trapped in the Negaverse. It's Loka.
Cat's human form is having problems today. All the cats are fighting, and so she sounds like this.
So we're going to be playing Love and Justice because Breadmaster's not here. And Love and
Yep.
Justice is our designated no Breadmaster game. Though we'll probably have a game with Breadmaster in it eventually.
So, it is Season 2, Episode 2. Does anybody remember what happened last time, or should I do the recap?
I
Some
think we
I-
gave some birds.
I
And
never
then
remember, but
something
maybe you
else
should do the recap.
All right, so at the end of Season 1, the group defeated the Tri-Trio, but unfortunately, they lost their companion, Lady Fuzzfur, and entering into Season 2, they completed their finals, and everybody did, at the very least, okay. But for a while, it seemed like Susie had failed, so the mood was a little down, so everyone went to the park, and then the Boyd Gang, your, I guess, semi-long-time nemesis returned and tried to steal the park by having a bunch of birds just float right up.
They tried James a giant peach it. It was awful.
And so the Phase Pals transformed and fought against them, but then out of nowhere, they seemed to be possessed by some kind of fiery spirit.
they being the
co-
Bird Gang, not the Face Pals. Sorry,
Yes.
go on.
The Boyd Gang did not beat themselves up, but they were possessed by some kind of weird fire spirit named Rufus. However, they still succeeded in the end and managed to plasma beam that fire spirit right out of them. And then the Boyd Gang, I don't know, escaped or something. But as it turned out, Susie did A-okay on the test after all. Somebody just switched the results. Unfortunately, however, as it turns out, Abe's sister, Celeste, who makes the potions that the Phase Pals use to transform, apparently there was an accident and the storage of said formulas just exploded. And that's where we left off last time. So now it's even more unfortunate because before it was just, oh hey, somebody might have done a little poorly on a test. No, now it's you can't transform. How will the Phase Pals deal with this?
Well, I guess it's time for vacation while she makes more potions.
All right, so episode 2 begins in
It's time for
a
the beach
mysterious-
episode. Sorry.
in a mysterious dark lair, which is probably not a beach. I've never seen a beach this dark. It is how
You've never seen a beach at night?
I've never seen one that seems to be contained within a single room with a table in the
Okay.
middle of it.
Oh, that kind
Surrounded.
of darkness. I was like, I'm sorry, what beach do you live near that is perpetually daylight?
Every beach I know just teleports to the void every night, so it's daylight and then just nothing. So the table is occupied by 5 figures illuminating the room with themselves because they're made of pure fire. And in front of the table is the only living member of the Tri Trio, which is a trio of trios. It is Untrustworthy Doug.
Oh, I hate that guy.
What a
And
loser.
so they are reprimanding Doug. You fool! The Tri Trio attempted to, I'm sorry, activate a volcano? And Doug is just there quivering, going, well, we figured we'd revive you and then we'd have a nice surprise, an active volcano. That's the kind of thing you want, right? And the blue fire just shakes his head and he goes, You're thinking far too small, Doug. We have a far grander plan in mind. And Doug gets up off his knees. He's like, oh, well, I mean, if that's the case, then I can go out, and if you give me a second chance, and they stop him by throwing a fireball at the entrance, igniting it.
Oh no.
Well, Rip
But
Doug.
he's also fire.
We are going to rule this world, Doug. We are going to complete our plans. However, you won't be there. Goodbye, Doug. And the screen cuts over to a little kennel with Lady Fuzzfur in it, and she is just shaking in fear as everything happens off screen. And like, you can't see it, but the sound effects they use are real gross, so it's kind of just as violent. But that scene ends, and we open up to everyone at the mall.
Woo!
Well, it's less woo for Abe because he and his sister Celeste are at the food court because Celeste is down in the dumps about the whole lab explosion thing.
She's down in the dumps. I want to be a pretty girl. This is upsetting.
I noticed by Pog.
Well, you can just be a pretty girl even without Poke.
So, in that case, well, is Abe saying that right now because he is in public and he's still a disaffected youth? I mean, I don't think he'd just out and out admit that.
No, but he's eating his frozen yogurt with a dejected look on his face and like grumbling. And even though it has sprinkles and chocolate bits in it, he's still unhappy. He's
Celeste
very sad.
is also unhappy and just mumbling to herself. I don't understand. How did that happen?
So, what exactly happened? Maybe we'd start there.
I don't know. I just returned to the lab at one point. Everything was normal before I left, and I can't get any readings. The equipment was just completely wrecked.
Was it wrecked by fire?
Well, I mean, there was an explosion, so yeah.
Well, I don't know much about that, but we fought a guy that was fire, so maybe they're related.
A fire guy?
Yeah.
Possibly. I'd have to do more research into that, but for the time being, I have to recreate that formula, or else we could be in danger if something happens.
Yeah, we have to protect the city, and definitely not because I just want to be a pretty girl.
So, Catherine, what you doing at the mall today?
I'm going to walk into a pet store and start hissing at all the cats.
Gonna get big and poofy. Arch your back.
It doesn't look quite right, but I try.
Ma'am, please stop harassing the cats.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Well, so anyway, now that I've passed all my classes forever, and I don't gotta worry about any more tests forever, what are we gonna do in the meantime? Because we can't, like, if something happens, we can't do anything.
We can fight them normally. I still know Taekwondo, but it's not the same.
Not to like get down on your mad taekwondo skills, Abe, but it's really more useful when we can, like, shoot beams of the phases of matter.
Yes, it's true. But
You
not
just
that.
announced publicly.
Not
Yes,
that.
I
Not
just
that.
announced publicly.
Not that we could do that thing.
Cosplayers. Those damn
Catherine.
LARPers just hanging out in the mall like they own the place, talking about shooting their beams.
Catherine walks into this scene with a bag full of cat toys that she purchased.
Oh, hey, I see you've been shopping.
What if we try to rebuild the lab? Like, if we could go to. What if we broke into the school and used the science lab at the school to make.
Oh, hi, Beatrice.
You wave down to the second floor because there's Beatrice, your definitely not at all mysterious best friend. She waves back. Hey guys, how's it going?
Nothing. We definitely weren't talking about breaking into school at night.
All right, cool. If you need any help not breaking into the school, she just winks and gives you a thumbs up and moves on.
I wave my phone at her. showing that
Thumbs
I
up, not
understand.
finger guns.
We're friends.
Thumbs up,
we're
then
not
finger
dating.
gun.
Jeez. You wouldn't get it.
I don't know, you're the main character. You're supposed to be dating the mysterious person.
Don't put me in a box, Abe.
The rest of us are just
Yes,
here to
put
look
me in the
fabulous.
box. I enjoy being in the box.
Yes.
Do you need the whole lab to make it? Like, maybe we can just, like, I don't know, go to this, like, the kitchen and put some pots on the
Ooh,
stove.
break into home ec? Better,
Well,
easier than breaking
I mean,
into
we
the...
all live in houses. I guess. I don't know where you live, Catherine.
I definitely live in a house like normal humans.
Like on that TV show Breaking Bad, the guy made his drugs in an RV. And what you're making isn't a drug, but I feel like it's similar. Shrug.
Well,
I mean, is it? Wait. Is it a drug?
it's not. I mean, it's technically unclassified. I don't think it's a drug, and I tested it. There aren't any sort of harmful side effects, but I just need
Well,
to
not
create
harmful to us.
3 for the time being. We can worry about the lab later. All right, yeah. I just gotta clear my head and I gotta get to work. All right.
Well, what do you need from us?
Yeah, if you tell me what kind of place you need, I can look around town to try and find an abandoned place like that.
Most of what I need isn't available publicly, so I should really. Hold on a sec, and she texts someone real quick. Okay, all right.
You should-
Okay, looks like I can indeed pick something up. Okay,
Is that your dealer? So you can make our drugs?
it's not drugs, and even the proponents aren't technically drugs. She says, doing the air quotes.
Sister does
All right,
not
we
do
need a bunch
drugs.
of Sudafed.
What was
Please
that?
tell
My
me.
sister does
please
not
tell
do
me this
drugs.
Please tell me the solution has the exact same ingredient list as like meth. Sudafed, matchsticks.
It doesn't.
Aw.
If anything, it would probably be closer to weed, considering, that's the usual joke.
But you don't grow it. Do you grow it?
Yeah, weed doesn't
Parts
have
of
an
it.
ingredients
I
list.
don't. I'm
The
just really. I
ingredients
never
list for
actually
weed is
asked
weed.
what I'm drinking. Is this like? Does it have animal byproducts? Is this not vegan?
Well, I mean, it's not vegan.
All my concerns are alleviated.
It doesn't take animals to use.
Though animals
Just,
do
you
use
know.
it, I say looking for a Catherine.
Look, whatever. You got a call. What
Yeah,
was the call about? What do we do now?
I gotta go, Abe. You just, I guess, enjoy the rest of the day. Here's some money, and she just slaps down just a bunch of bills. Have fun. Don't worry. Before anything dangerous happens, I'll make sure to have enough. And she
Just
runs off.
Stares at the pile of cash.
My sister does not deal drugs.
Abe, are you sure? That's a lot of ones.
She's just a normal girl that carries around a bunch of bills.
She's a chemist.
It's a lot of really crisp 20s.
You guys want some yogurt?
Yeah.
I like my dollars like I like my mornings, crisp.
So, I will buy them some yogurts, and we will sit down and I will grumpily eat my yogurt with them.
So, DM, what suspiciously new business or event is happening in town right now that we happen to stumble upon while we're in the mall?
I'm glad
Was this
you
Froyo
asked.
shop here yesterday?
It's actually quite the popular Froyo shop. Beatrice comes here all the time. Really likes cold stuff for some reason. I don't know why. But as you sit there and eat your Froyo, you look down and you notice just a whole lot of people buying grills. Those grills do seem to be flying off the shelf today.
Wow,
Which-
grills are popular with the people nowadays.
I mean, it is summertime, so of course people would be grilling. That's not suspicious at all.
It is weird that everyone needed a new grill, though.
They're very good grills.
Hmm.
Okay, but that doesn't line up with, times when people need new grills.
All right, what about this store would attract us, 3 teenagers?
Well, there is a very loud, nosy salesman there, so I feel when you're shopping around, he's just impossible to ignore when you're shopping around the
I
first
get an
floor.
idea. I get an idea. They've hired one of the local attractive teens to weigh people in the store.
Oh, I was just going to suggest that he mentioned grilling fish, and then Catherine B. lines for the store.
Grills here, get your grills. $199. It's a steal for the best grill you'll ever own, and the last one you'll need. Cooks anything: meat, vegetables, fish.
Even
Or-
from me out at fish.
Hello,
Oh,
you.
her
How's it
fish.
going?
Catherine was just like poking through one of the grills, like, how does this make fish? I don't understand.
You put the fish on it, and then it's cooked. In case you don't want sushi.
What
Oh.
if we do want sushi?
Some sushi
Well, I
is
guess you
cooked.
won't use a grill for that one.
How does the grill work? Abe says.
Well,
Like, how do you turn it on? And
Listen, grill salesman, it's time to see if you're a real grill salesman and know anything about grills.
Yeah, come on, Hank.
We're-
Give us the hard sell.
considering these are electric grills, you turn the knob and it activates. God.
Oh, electric grill, not charcoal grill. Whatever. I'm out of here. I like a
What is
bit
the
of
point?
char. Yeah, I like a bit of char.
You want the charcoal grills, you say? Well, I might have something a little more pricey, but wait, why am I trying to sell you on this? You don't even know how to use a grill. You didn't
No,
know
no,
how to
no.
use the knob.
You're the one who didn't know how to use a grill.
Hey,
Okay,
don't
Hugo,
explain to
calm
your
down.
customers how to do things. I'm out of here.
The kids these days.
I pick up one of the grills and I turn the knob and turn it on. Does it explode or act suspicious in any way?
Yeah, you turn the knob and that baby just lights right up.
Oh, it's awful. It's not.
Wait, like with flame or
comes with
like just
fuel?
hot?
Yes, actual
But-
flames.
But it's electric. What? Hold on a second.
Oh dear. You weren't supposed to find out about that part till later. Most people don't just. Why do the demos? Why can? Mm.
I thought you said this was electric eel, but this is clearly a flame.
Hold on a sec. I need to speak to my manager. What the fuck? Why is this thing usable? It's not supposed to be usable.
This is really strange.
I turn it off. Will it actually turn off, or does it keep burning?
It keeps burning. Okay,
Shit,
realistically
I
speaking,
rush
that's not
over
what you
to
don't just say.
I rush over to the fountain and dunk it in.
No, don't put electric stuff in the fire!
It is on fire.
Electrical
The fire
fire!
is on
I
fire.
feel like this is time for some manner of roll.
To roll to not fucking die.
I just throw it in.
Alright.
I don't hold my hands in it. I toss it in.
So
Roll, and we'll see whether or not you.
can I
This
describe
sounds-
this?
This sounds like justice because this is kind of physical, though. Also, if it's, it could also just be horrifying, just the way this thing lights up. So,
Can I please volunteer to describe what happens when
Okay.
we're in the fountain? All right, so you throw the electric grill that's on fire in the fountain.
Mhm.
There is you see lightning arcs from the water of the fountain through the fountain itself. There are several small explosions, then one gigantic explosion, and there's a spray of water coming out the ground.
Whoops.
And the lights go out in the mall because you tripped every circuit breaker.
Whoops. But luckily enough, the thing is still burning, so we have that as illumination.
so I'm definitely gonna say this is a justice roll. So,
Oh, you did
roll
say
to
he
avoid
could cook anything.
the explosions.
All right, I'm gonna say that I get 1d6 normally, but it's not that Abe is prepared so much as that birds panic easily.
Oh right, you're the swan.
Yeah.
And the swan has no description, so we just applied it to everything.
It's because he turns from a gruff. He's a beautiful swan instead of an ugly duckling when he turns into a magical girl. That's why he's the swan.
I'll allow a plus 1d6 because, technically speaking, this is kind of in your wheelhouse.
Oh
even if you
yeah,
don't
because
have
I'm
your
using
powers.
water. I'm using
There's
water,
liquid
right?
there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Wow. I rolled over. I rolled way over. We good?
Well, you were rolling justice, so yeah, it's over, and you're a 2, right?
Yeah, I'm a 2.
All right, so yeah, that's 2 successes. You did it. Good job. How cool is your dodge after you commit this horrible mistake?
So unlike the real cool guys who don't look at explosions when explosions happen, my character Abe just stands there gaping at the explosion and then dives behind a table and like kicks the table up as the explosion happens.
You get an extra bit of slide thanks to the water at your legs. So, yeah, you hear more in the store. Okay, you couldn't possibly have a license to activate these grills. There should not be a demo. Oh, for crying. Yeah, whatever. And you just hear the sound of a huge fireball and a small explosion, and then the grill salesman walks out of the store.
Behind us is a spraying fountain with like electric sparks coming off it, and also fire. The mall is dark and they're screaming.
He adjusts his coat slightly. Let me tell you, kids, don't rely on other people for your evil plans. They'll
Evil
screw
plan.
it up somehow. Then again, you kids actually helped a lot. Thanks.
You're
But-
welcome, sir.
I guess that means I have to tip my hand now. And he
What?
pulls out a switch and he presses it, and all of the grills that people have been buying all light up at once.
Oh no.
This, I mean, a lot of them had left the mall, so there's a lot in the parking lot and really all over town. It's not really a good scene. Oh, well, a shame this, all had to go up like this, but you know what? Works out in the end.
We're just gonna leave then. Is that okay?
Oh, sure, of course. I don't really care. And the grill salesman lets down his disguise, and suddenly before you, you see just a big old dark monster made of charcoal.
Oh, that's cool. Well, friends. I grab my two
Hey,
friends and I start backing up.
Where's your sister?
We have some studying to do, so we need to leave and go home.
Good for you,
Bye.
kids. I'm gonna decimate this entire town. And he points his finger at one of the plants, and just it starts burning.
Shit.
Have fun. Stay in school.
Man, you really went all out with this villain motif, huh?
It's good.
Forget just how
As
brutal
we-
fire is just as a concept.
Yeah, as we are frantically fleeing the mall to head to, I don't know, any place that we could hide, I'm frantic. Abe is frantically texting his sister, like, we need it now, we need it now, we need it now, we need it now, we need it now.
I don't have it ready. I only just got the ingredients.
Let us just take the ingredients and hope they mix together on the way down.
And then and the mall catches fire as we leave. It's the whole
Well,
thing.
thing is,
Okay, hold
Paul's
on.
actually surrounded by a ring of fire now.
Oh. Well,
Okay,
mm,
I have a plan. I'm going to separate into my many cats and gather up all the fire extinguishers.
okay, Abe, text your sister. Ask. We need the ingredients and how to make it. So we're gonna have to get the stuff from the mall
I do
and
that.
make it.
Does your sister have a drone she can use to deliver them?
Yes, she does, but
Does she have a quadcopter?
There's no time.
Okay,
How hard can it be?
so I am splitting up into my many cats to gather up all the fire extinguisher.
All right, so that's physical because you're running around trying to get fire extinguishers.
Should be 2d6.
Let's see.
Because
How
this
is
is
how is
related
being
to
a
me
cat
being
helping
cat.
you get fire extinguishers?
I mean, it does
Because
have
I
to
can
do with
be
the
multiple
character
places
type
at once.
because this is non-human, so that's 2.
Yeah, this is
Doesn't
my
have to do
mysterious.
with your power though.
Yeah, it doesn't involve solids.
Well, some fire extinguishers are chemical solids and not liquids. I know, Spirus.
I do like, man, if I was using my powers, I'd be able to like just grab one and then like copy it all over the place and put out all the fire. But instead it's just 2.
alright, does
All right.
Well,
That's a partial success. All right,
so I
so
succeed but with a complication.
all right. You managed to snag some fire extinguishers. However, they're not a perfect solution because you notice that some of them do just kind of explode. It's getting real hot in here, and the flames are kind of targeting these. So you get a few, and they might be able to do something. However, you're gonna have to make sure they count, basically.
I don't want to be cooked on a grill. It's not part of my life plan.
Girls on Grills is not what we are called, so I'm not about that either. I got the ingredients, so let's go hit up the places and get them. So first we have to go to the pharmacy and pick up the Sudafed and the matches. We can get both there.
I thought you said it wasn't meth.
We gotta get to the matches first before they all catch on fire themselves.
Oh yeah, shit.
What store do we have
Anyway,
to go to
stuff there
first
if you
to
want to tell us
find
what the actual ingredients are.
GM.
Let's see. Well, the thing is, Celeste has ingredients. You just need a better way to put out the fire or like keep yourselves safe, basically. What kind of stuff is at the mall? I'm gonna say.
They're all at the mall. Where's that?
So, you actually go to the. Is it called a camping store? Like, whatever just has, like the Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever. Just a place that would have, nice supplies for camping and also some for putting out fires, You know, the ones that go drastically awry if you're just really bad at setting up fires. So
I don't
How
know what you're
about
talking about.
what if it's an army surplus store? They have those.
they got plenty of fire blankets at the army surplus store. You know the guy who owns it. He's real nice. He's helped you before, but he has flooded the building by this point. So, unfortunately, however, bit of a complication in that the candle store is right next to the army surplus
Oh, no.
store. And you
Oh, no,
better
smell.
believe that that place has lit up and also is just really weird smelling at this point.
Oh god,
Oh,
it
yeah.
makes so many sense. I can't handle this.
It is just candle scent at this point. Candle store scent, rather.
My sinuses.
Mm. Eh,
Well,
I hate this.
So, how are you gonna get past the candle store blaze and get to the army surplus store?
oh, I didn't learn about fire in school yet. Wait, yeah, we did. No, nothing about this has been covered in my education.
All I know is stop, drop, and roll.
How to avoid smells.
And fire. Smells of fire.
Well, we have
Smells-
at least one fire extinguisher.
I just gesture at the Raising Inferno that is just the storefront of the candle store. Just one solid wall of flame. You think it's gonna help with that?
Well, we don't need to go in the candle store. We only need to go in the army surplus store.
I grab one of the fire things and I just chuck it in the fire.
No, it's not that kind of fire extinguisher.
Well, that seems like physical, but I don't know what it has to do with your character type. But I'm gonna say that fire extinguishers are kind of gaseous, right?
I'm an airhead. I think this works.
All right,
Would-
you know what? Yeah,
He's also
3.
taking charge. As
You
I'm
got-
about
you
taking
got your
charge.
power.
I'm the leader.
You get 3 for this, and you have to roll over. What was your number again? Number was 4, so you do get a tie.
Yeah.
So I believe that's
Just as
ask some
well.
questions or re-roll.
Oh god. Yeah. What's the best way to get past this fire?
Well, you still have a chance to do so because you notice that the fire extinguisher is actually working a little better than it should, considering you just tossed the thing. And it seems like the gas hasn't actually dissipated yet. So you might be able to tap into your powers even if you can't access them
Ah,
fully to put
Okay.
out enough fire.
All right. I'm going to channel my emotional powers and try to summon my powers despite not being transformed.
That sounds like a love roll.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Can we make this? Please,
I got one success.
is it too
All
late
right.
to add a friendship die?
Oh yeah. That's a bad idea. Than what I just did.
Well,
Um,
I could
well,
allow
I
it.
tried, and then Jeff just rolled.
I forgot about it. Okay.
Kat is going to try and channel her magic into Susie instead of herself, therefore dissipating into several cats again.
Okay.
But
Then I
now
need
Susie has
to-
more magic.
Then I'll roll the friendship die as well.
All right.
It is a 6, which is bad for me right now. I still have
It's
one
bad for
success.
now, but good in the long run. So that is a partial success. I'm going to say that you managed to clear the flames. However, one of you is going to have to make I'm going to say Cat, actually, because you still have to deal with the smell. And let me tell you, those cats are just not having this.
We are now literally having to herd cats.
You must herd yourselves. It's the true final challenge. So I'm going to say 2 die since this is playing the character, but your power has nothing to do with this, and it's definitely love. So roll under a 3.
Oh
He did
boy.
not.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
going
can't
to
believe
say
Cat
that.
fucking dies this session.
No, the cats just scatter. Susie and Abe manage to get in, but Catherine, unfortunately, is just freaking out right now because your your senses are just out of whack. Like, I'm pretty sure cats can see heat, right?
Oh, I think you're right.
So yeah, you are seeing this heat. You are
Actually,
smelling.
that may be a made up thing from Ever 17.
And the smell is just horrendous. Separated or not, you just cannot stand the smell, and you get the hell out of there.
But like not all to the same place.
Yes.
So a couple of cats go to one store. At least one cat goes back to the pet store to show those other cats what's what. Not done hissing at them.
Well, we're gonna need a new solid. Good with fire blankets.
So we
All
gather
right.
up the fire blankets and wrap them around ourselves. And then I'm going to use a spare fire blanket to start capturing cats. I'm gonna pick them up by the scruff of the necks. They're very tame when you do that. They I'm sure they're hissing and spitting and everything. So I'm gonna get them all together into the
Hey,
set,
hey, hey,
into
hey.
the blanket.
Hold up a sec, kids. I thought you said you were leaving.
You made a ring of fire around the mall. We can't leave.
So
And
I
it burns,
did.
burns.
Now, let me tell you, why'd you come to this part of the store? Doesn't this seem like a bad idea?
What do you mean? We wanted to get protection from fire so we would not burn to death.
About that. And you're looking at the fire blankets right now, and he points over to the other wall, which just has a lot of landmines on it.
Ah! Those are not live. They do not have live landmines in the Army Surplus store.
One explodes.
Ah!
Ah!
How did they get the permit for this?
I don't
How are
know.
we supposed to do these inspections?
How did the grill store get to just have a demo grill that could activate? I don't understand this place.
How do we get a demo demon grill?
I'm going to take a picture of the explosion and text it to my sister, like, hello.
All right. Abe, since you haven't done too many rolls, I'm just actually wait. You have. I think you've all done a fair amount of rolls. Anyone want to do something about these landmines? I won't say you specifically have to dodge them. If you can think of a good solution, then what do you got?
There's nothing to do about landmines except not touch them.
The solution is to not be on fire and not in this room. We should run away.
None of my cats ran into the Army Surplus store, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I agree, actually. Without our powers, we're useless. But, oh, wait, the fountain is still spraying water. I should try and channel my superhuman power without using my thing and see if I can roll below it too.
That water's full of electricity.
Oh,
fine.
I have
So
an
now we got
idea.
the risk.
I have an idea. We'll see if it works. But I'm going to see if it works before I describe what I do. So I'm using my power of liquid and trying to roll. Oh, I rolled 1 too. So I got 1 question.
All right.
All right. So this will help me re-roll the roll. Can I? My plan is to push the mines off of the wall with the water into into the charcoal guy and blow him up with force. Using the water.
All right.
So I'm gonna re-roll that as justice now that I have designated that I'm doing this, and I still got a 2, but I got 1 6. So it's a partial success. So I partially succeed in blowing him up. And I'm gonna ask another question, which is, how cool is this explosion?
It's a pretty cool explosion, to be fair. Just the entire thing is pretty rad. You push that water against the landmines, and they fall back in a charcoal. Ah, hey, quit it. And it's a partial success because it only distracts him for a moment.
Ah, good thing that water just burst through that wall randomly. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we run away. I'm carrying the cats with me. I'm gathering up
All right.
cats as we go and stuffing them into the blanket until we have all of the cats.
All right.
Run them all, Scooby-Doo style. Let Scooby give a cat a couple feet. Pass it by the same store.
Actually, I'm gonna say you have more cats because I let the cats out in the pet store. And you didn't realize they weren't a part of Catherine and grabbed them too.
Catherine is now more powerful.
Release them.
All
So
right.
wait, I like the idea of that one cat is just like hissing and howling at the cats, and you think, oh, she's trying to break those cats out.
So do you help Catherine break those cats out, even though that's probably not what she wants? She just wants to taunt them.
Yes, I help her break those cats out. Because what could be better than flaming cats right now?
So I guess all those new cats get pulled into the collective, huh?
Yes. They'll need to be. Catherine becomes more powerful.
Catherine, how does that even work? You've got more cats in your brain now.
All right, once.
Two more voices, whatever.
So, yet again, Charcoal approaches you after Catherine reforms. Hey, quick question. How did you think that would work? You know, the whole explodey thing. Like, that's my gimmick. I don't think I'd be weak to it.
I was hoping for same type attack bonus like in Pokemon.
What? No,
That's-
that's not how Pokemon works.
That's what. Wait.
I'd resist fire damage. What are you even talking about?
Well, that's cool because we don't do elemental or any other kind of damage because we're just 3 teenagers. Bye.
And when he tries to pursue you, you see a single icicle, and it heads towards Charcoal's head and then immediately melts. Hey, what? Wow, that was even less effective. What the heck was that?
What the heck
And of
was
course,
that?
you see
Thanks,
Uh,
Beatrice.
overhead. Definitely not Beatrice, even though it's her pog. I just did not make a pog for Lady Ice. Complete coincidence. It is your mysterious friend who's helped you on numerous occasions. You have to.
Catherine just looks at you and goes, "Hi, Beatrice."
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, you three should get out of here and try to at least open a way out. I heard about the accident, but there should be someone coming here soon. I'll hold him off until then. And then she leaps in front of, or she leaps behind you and goes up against Charcoal.
We were doing weird to just run. Just run.
And you do.
I grab her arm and drag her with us.
You do realize he's probably just going to follow us now, right? Like,
He was doing that already. We were doing okay.
yeah, but he's gonna follow you less now if I stay behind and
Gonna
find him.
burn you to death and then follow us.
Look,
I mean, I know what I'm doing here.
I
this is
told
the
you they were
perfect
dating.
counter.
Is it? Is cold effective against fire? Liquids are effective
No,
against fire.
it's not.
Can you just make
fact,
water?
Ice
that's
Type
frozen?
kind of sucks.
Even if she can't make water, she has a whole fountain's worth of water to work with. It's fine.
Is that even still there?
Oh yeah, it's still burning. It is still just a mess.
Is the grill still in there?
It's kind of hard to tell at this point. There seems to be some sort of debris that was probably the grill.
We need to regroup with a better plan than heroic last stands. Please.
It won't be a last stand, I promise.
Look at the guy on fire, and then look at Beatrice.
Hey.
I can't trust you. And I run away.
All right, so you get outside. There is still a barrier of fire in the way, and
that help
now you
with the-
have to find some kind of solution to this.
Yes, with the
Uh-huh.
fire blankets and the fire extinguisher, we're going to try and clear a path. This is just an opening small enough for us to leap through, even. I'm going to have Cat do this because they're solid objects, so Cat gets 2 dice.
Well,
All right.
my internet just fought with my laptop, so I can't roll right now.
Oh dear.
I will roll for Cat.
All right, and I don't. Well, hold on a sec. I don't think you can
Fine.
really get a character die for this one. All right, and this is physical,
Yeah.
so gotta roll above a 3.
1 success.
Partial success. All right, so
Unless somebody wants to give me a friendship die.
can someone conceivably help?
Abe can help by funneling the water from the fountain.
We don't have our powers.
Oh shit, that's
Can
right.
channel slightly, but I don't know. Would there be like a water pipeline just directly beneath the parking lot?
Sure.
There is a convenient pipe there.
Abe will smash down into that pipe and gout out water, which hopefully will. Oh god, Abe's not strong enough without his powers. Abe tries to smash through to get to the pipe. Abe can't help. I'm sorry. Without his...
Alright, partial success. What does that look like?
All right, so you manage to open a small path. However, it might not be easy to get back once you get through. Basically, the wall of fire is just going to reform, so you're going to need another solution when you come back.
Alright. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like only one of us could get out. I was gonna shove Abe through.
No. Alright, we all flee out.
He's got the liquid powers.
No, you gotta go get the stuff and bring it back to us. You're the one that can get to the fire the second time.
Okay. I give them both hugs and then rush out with tears
Don't-
streaming from my eyes.
Don't hug, just go and push.
Ugh. The keychain keychain that I have gets caught on something and I have to fight with it for a little bit before I can get away. My chained wallet gets caught on something.
So you start texting with your sister you explain everything, and you try to find each other. So you've just got your maps up, and you're constantly trying to update each other, and you keep missing because the map's not updating correctly until finally you bump into each other.
I give her a big hug and say, "You got the stuff. You got the stuff. You got the stuff."
I only have one now. Okay, if my theory is correct, you should be able to use this. It'll activate your powers enough. You won't get the usual disguise, but at the very least, you should have enough power to defeat whoever's doing this.
Okay. Thanks, sis. Make more.
I'm already on it. Share this with your friends. Don't die.
Thanks, sis. I love ya. It's time.
She finger guns.
Pose pose to become the beautiful girl I've always wanted to be. Sip.
Well, it doesn't activate your disguise.
It does not activate my disguise. Shit. So he sips, stands there for a minute, looks down, looks back up, pouts, storms back over to the mall with the flask in hand because we're all gonna take a sip so that we all have partial powers.
Yep, there's 2/3 left. So the problem is though, how you gonna get back in?
Well, we already decided that there was a water mains underneath, but there's also a fire hydrant. So, now that Abe has his strength, he hates this. He wants to be a pretty girl. He kicks out the valve on the fire hydrant and sprays, blasts a hole through the thing.
All right, so this sounds like it's a justice roll, and you're playing to your element. And honestly, I think the lack of transformation actually might give you a character die because you are not currently the swan, and it's pissing you off.
He's very mad that he's
Liquid
not a
is-
pretty girl.
Liquid's not happy about this.
Oh wow. Well, I got 2 successes and 1 laser feelings.
It's not
All
laser
right.
feelings in this.
1 love and justice or whatever it's called.
Magical insight.
Magical insight. So my magical insight is does anybody have a question they want to ask? Because I don't have one.
You don't need to.
Okay.
It's an option.
Yep. So you do it. You just make a big old hole in the wall of fire with a fire hydrant.
I surf.
And you
I
look
surf the
through.
water in. No, I surf
Yes,
it
you
in.
do. Definitely.
I hand the flask to Cat. Sip it,
All right.
sip it. Don't drink all of it. Sip it. Save some for Susie.
I do so.
Oh,
And then hand it to Susie.
yeah. Then we'll hand it to Susie and Susie finish it off. Finish it off. Finish it off.
I chug it before she even says anything.
All right, so you've got your powers, but you do need disguises now. So, before you head off to your confrontation, you go to the clothing store, which
Oh.
miraculously has been untouched by the fire.
I have a great idea.
hmm
The store has outfits based on our outfits, but they're not exact because we've been seen in town and some designer liked the designs and stole them. But they're not like good. Like one of them just like a long T-shirt with like a print on it.
Yeah, it's just a print of one of you.
And it has words on it that none of us have ever said.
Eat pants.
I
Okay.
could think of a world as a fuck snow clone, but I can't.
Even
But
though
there's one of those words.
even though he's not a pretty girl, he's going to take the opportunity to wear pretty girl clothes because you can't stop him, and he'll tear a freaking maid outfit and put that on, and then get a sash and wrap that around his shoulders so that he has the flowy garment, and then pose.
If I remember right, Cat's outfit was a lot of stripes of really like solid, bold colors. So it's a similar thing, but they're not in the same order as they are normally, and it's throwing her off.
And you just
And
have a
also-
normal pair of headphones instead of
I have a normal
cat-
pair of headphones and a cat ear headband.
I feel like we need like
Not the
masks
same.
or something because normally we don't need them, but I feel like right now we probably do.
And like a cat mask.
Also, your shirt says, "Hey, it's me, Goku" on it, and just has a picture of Goku. So I'll throw that in.
Yes.
Right, I find a domino mask somewhere and put it on. Don't ask questions.
Yeah, I put on one of them. I put on like shit. It's not. It's not
It's one of
close
those
to
it's one of
Halloween.
those feathered like party masks. Looks
Yeah,
like a
feather
bird.
party mask
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a bird.
All right, so
this is not great, but we gotta make do. So
Wait, describe your outfit, Jeff.
it's my normal outfit, but it's just like a dress with a print on it that looks like my outfit. So there's no like bow on it. It's the print of a bow on the back. There's no like none of like the fringe or anything. It's just like printed on. And I look extremely sad.
and so you break out of the local Macy's and pose on the third floor of this mall, and below you see Charcoal and Lady Ice just playing cards.
How are you even holding those cards?
It takes a lot of concentration. Wait a minute.
They're
You're,
made out of asbestos.
you're
That's illegal.
a bunch of weirdos.
How
A
dare
bunch of
you?
weirdos who you've never met before.
Yes, I think I'd remember seeing people dressed like you. No,
I'm
honestly,
Goku, according to my shirt.
I hate this.
What was that about the shirt?
I'm Goku.
Son Goku? No, it can't be. You're not even real.
Okay, you were gonna say something, and then I kind of cut you off with my dumb joke.
I think I'd remember seeing you weirdos. Though honestly, those cat ear headband whatever kind of remind me of something.
Does it remind you of getting owned? And
No,
I blast him with magic.
I've literally never been owned in my entire life.
You're about to get corn cobbed.
I feel like we still have one of those fire extinguishers, so I throw one at him, and it explodes in a cloud of like carbon dioxide gas, and like chemicals and shit.
All
To
right,
suppress
so
his fire.
is that physical or
This is justice. I am
Okay.
directly opposing an enemy. This is a justice roll,
All right.
which is my bad roll. I don't know why I did this myself.
All right, so you gotta get above a 4, and of course you're playing the character and you're an airhead, so you do get 3 die.
I got one success, thank God.
Ow! Hey, wait a second. Gas powers. Hey, I thought we took care of you. You're the Phase Pals, aren't you? He says, dramatically pointing in your direction.
We're having
No,
a bad
it was
day.
the spiders.
Your theme is played, but on kazoo.
I don't have it. Sorry.
Please
I
don't
figure Fefner will put money put song in post.
Please don't play the Otomo cover of our theme song.
Yes.
Anyway, we jumped down dramatically from the balcony.
So, I guess you weren't taken care of after all. But that's fine. That means I can be the one to defeat you. And you suddenly see a jet of flame coming out of the fountain, which raises up that bit of debris, which is indeed the grill. And as it spins around in the air, it slows down, and it's pointing right towards you, Catherine, or Solid. I gotta call you by your names. Transformed now.
Well, we're not transformed, but yeah, we are transformed. I made air quotes. You couldn't see me making the air quotes.
All right.
So you're gonna throw
I
it
am
at him?
going to try to transmogrify the floor into a wall around me,
All right.
and it's shaped like a box, which casts love.
Yep, so that's 3 die then. Gotta
No, it
roll a
isn't, but
3.
okay.
I will accept it because it's to theme.
And this is justice because I'm directly opposing it, right?
You're also using your power, so I'd go either one, which I guess just choose one.
I'm going with justice.
All right.
Whoa, nice.
Woo! Normal success. And I
Yep.
get to ask a question.
Yeah, you want to ask a question?
Let me pull up the list of questions on my phone.
They're only suggestions. You can ask any question you want.
All right. What's the best way to deal with these grills?
Well, you
I'm
don't exactly know
assuming
what the
if we
power
get
source is, but destroying them or at the very least using something intense to put out the flames. Like, they don't turn off, but your power should be useful in actually stopping them.
Oh, I just realized actually. Um, uh, Abe's wearing a hockey mask instead because they hit up a sports store. It'll make sense in a minute because I have a plan.
So, Catherine protects herself with a box as flames shoot at it and are just completely dissipated.
Um,
Well, not half bad, Phase pals. I heard you were good. However, let me tell you, I am Charcoal from the Order of the Burning Nova. You know, charcoal, like the stuff you should be using in your grills.
yeah,
Unlike these
exactly.
gas or electric grills.
No, you want to taste
You're the one
meat,
selling
not
them.
the heat.
I just want to make ones that exploded. But seriously, charcoal, come on. Like, you might as well just use an oven if you use electric or gas. Jeez.
Exactly,
Listen, do you know
exactly.
about the link between charcoal grilling and cancer? Let me tell you about some studies that have recently been concluded.
I can't get cancer. I'm a rock monster.
Sounds like something someone would say before they get cancer.
I don't even know how to respond to this.
Well, also, I mean, technically, charcoal is an organic compound made from heating wood to high temperatures and letting it burn out before it burns completely. So you're not a rock at all.
Well, you got me there, I guess.
You're just a
Hey, do
shitty
something.
tree.
Liquid, do something.
Okay,
But
so Liquid comes rushing back with a hockey stick, and he's going to basically force Charcoal into the fountain and make a bunch of steam that Susie and he can both use because steam is both liquid and vapor. By body
no, it's
checking him.
vapor. No, that's not how our powers work.
Well, he's using
You're
the
not-
water. He's using the water of the fountain to dunk Charcoal in to create a bunch of steam so that Susie can power up the attack.
Okay.
Too. And he's body
You-
checking.
you-
He's got like
you
rollerblades on, and
Yeah,
he's
just-
got.
Just remember, you don't have water power, you have liquid power. It's different.
And he's just gonna flow right in like a mean, nasty bird. I'm gonna say.
Like a goose. A goose that is not taking your shit.
Which is to say, a goose.
Oh my God, we're
So that
rolling
didn't work.
horribly. Well, one success.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're two. So yeah, success. And if you want a question,
How do we defeat this guy?
I mean, you got the right idea. It's fire. Technically speaking, you all have the means to smother him. It's just he also has a lot of things he can just burn in the surrounding area.
So we get the steam, but we just both get wet.
Okay, so basically, like, you sort like the check part of it is the more effective thing. You do end up slamming the hockey stick into him, and it burns up immediately, and you send your hand.
Rip.
But you manage to get his arm in the fountain for a moment, which creates some steam.
Susie, help!
Okay. I am just going to gases. Okay, so there's a couple things about charcoal that I know. It's made from wood. Okay, not mined. It's made from wood. And it is created when you get out most of the gases and liquid that is in the wood just to leave all the solid matter. So I am going to forcefully force this liquid water back in this gaseous steam into him to reverse the charcoalification process and bring him back towards regular wood. I'm sure there's no base inside this whatsoever. But I am not smart. I have a lady.
Oh, let me just unboil this egg.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
All right. So this is a love roll then.
Yes, yes it is. I'm using my brain. Because I believe. That's 2 successes. Thank God.
All right. So you manage to. God, this is a normal success, so it works. You turn the arm that had hit the fountain into wood, and he just stares at it blankly for a second. He's just like, well, I mean, I guess technically I was born last week, so like, I don't claim to know everything about the world, but like, how the fuck did this happen? He says, pointing at his arm. I don't understand this.
Points at his arm and accidentally sets it back on fire.
Well, I mean, it still works, so whatever.
But it doesn't burn as hot.
True, but like, I mean, look at them all. It's on fire. I'm doing a pretty good job here, all things considered.
Please, the fire did a good job. It spreads by itself. You're not doing anything.
I caused it. I'd like a little bit of credits.
I think we
Actually,
Should've
I
replaced by a bunch
caused
of
it.
matches.
Yeah, I think those teenage girls caused it. And boy, when they threw that grill in the fountain.
I made the grill in the first place, guys. Come on. As it stands, I'm already working for exposure. Don't do this to me.
Oh, you should definitely get paid for your work.
It's because I'm a charcoal monster. They think they could just treat me like dirt. Well, no, not like dirt, because that's bad for fire. But,
They treat
You
you
know.
like charcoal.
well, actually, I do like being charcoal. Is the thing.
Solid.
This is conflicting.
Solid, do something.
I can't hear you. I'm in a box.
You still have 2 friendship dice, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Use one of those friendship dice. And do something. I'm begging you.
I'm trying to think of like what to do. Because the obvious answer is just take a fire blanket and smother him. Susie, can you use the vapor to carry the blanket over him, and then I can jump on top of it and hold it down over him? You like manipulate the air to carry the fire blanket?
Oh, what? I was in the room.
Can we use a friendship die by having Susie manipulate the air to carry the fire blanket over charcoal, and then I can jump on top of it
Yes.
and hold it down and smother him?
Yes, I can do that for you.
And you can do the cute cat stuff with the blanket, with the thing under the blanket.
Yes, I'm watching him travel under the blanket and just swatting at him. So,
Alright, I'll roll that friendship die.
right, so I roll
4.
3d6.
4. And this is justice. So,
This is justice as hell.
let's see.
God damn it.
Why? Why are we
So,
rolling so
2
bad? This is gonna take forever.
2 magical insights, I guess.
Well, we got a success at least, so I do this.
You got 2 successes.
This is a justice roll, though,
Two
right?
success is a normal success.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no,
But-
I'm dumb. Sorry, I was looking at Jeff's number. Yours is 3. So yeah, you got 2 successes then. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you smother another fire guy, and you're just whacking at him, and he's just going, hey, Gwyneth, And eventually he does manage to push you off, but he looks exhausted as he floats up. Okay, all right. I heard about the fire blanket trick, and I thought I was gonna be prepared for that. Except this is a
Liquid,
little
don't let him
fire
finish.
blanket. I'm going back to
I
the candle
blessed him in
store.
the face.
Use a friendship die. We need to use it. We need to finish him off.
Okay.
I believe in you. Do the thing where you just hit things with water.
Shoot! I funnel the water
You,
through.
I have an idea.
Mhm.
You start blasting with water, and then I can manipulate the solid floor to make like a spear filled with water and him.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
So now air can't get in, and it's filled with water.
Yes. Yes.
Hell yeah.
So I weave the water and slam it forward and onto the ground and around him. And
All right, here's the friendship die.
Please roll above a 2. Please.
Oh.
No. It's fine. We still have it. We had 11. That's okay.
Also, actually, wouldn't this be a love roll though?
No,
No, it wouldn't be.
this is violent. We're trying to murder this man.
Oh my god! It should be a love
Powers
roll.
rolled.
It is a
It's
love
definitely,
roll.
it's definitely a love roll. It's 100%
I know
a
you were
love
just
roll.
saying it's a love roll, even though it's
You're using your
powers.
powers,
But I mean,
Stephanie.
I don't know. You're right. You're using your powers to physically abuse
No,
someone. So
we're doing this to the power of love.
No, but you can ask a question every roll though.
Please
And
roll.
I would say that would include friendship die.
How do I best implement this plan?
Please, GM, tell us how to win.
So let's
You
see.
had your fun. Now it's time for the dice to cooperate.
Let's see. So, despite how tired he is, he's reaching for the candle store to repower himself. So, you've got a couple of choices. There's still the Army Surplus store if you think there's anything in there that's liquid that you could use to stop him. You could do that. Or you could just like name a store on the other side of the candle store.
I got it. The wax is all liquid right now.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Just move it away from him.
I'll move the wax. Well, no, I'll encase him in the wax.
No! No!
Because it'll suffocate him, right?
Yes, wax is not a fuel. That's why there's a wick to act as the fuel, because wax doesn't burn on its own.
It is.
The wax slows the burning. If I drown him in wax, he should stop. Right? Right? All right, I'll move the wax away from him because Jeff is dying.
My Jeff is dying. Please help.
There we go. 2 successes.
All right. So he reaches for the wax, but his power is waning, and so the flames from the candle store have mostly gone out, and you move the wax out of the way.
What do you
He
think
reaches
the wick
desperately
does?
for it.
It wicks up the wax and then it burns.
I'm sorry, I don't know much about
So-
candles or how they work, Jeff. We're done this. Jeff is dead. It was nice knowing you.
Somebody who knows how chemistry works, please help. My Jeff is dying.
Okay. So I keep. I'm gonna run around in circles, like keep playing keep away with the wax. Like oh, you almost got it. Oh, you're so close. And try
This
and tire
is
him
just
out.
cruel.
Please, Susie. I mean, gas, help.
It's time for a final attack, please. I just want to go home. My New York outfit. I hate this dress.
All right. You must activate your superpower, the plasma power. So, let's see. All right. At the climax of the episode, where narratively appropriate, the girls will activate their group power as named in group creation. The group power should be used to end the final scene of the game, and will always succeed. To launch your group move, say the name of the move together, and then narrate what each girl's contribution looks like.
Yeah, plasma pulse. I forget what it was actually called, but I'm pretty sure it was plasma pulse. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
That's what it's called now. It was plasma power before, but you changed it to plasma pulse.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So Abe is not a pretty girl, so he kind of grumpily, like, waves his hands around, does the butt slap, but it's not as good, and focuses his liquid power on charcoal.
All right, Catherine.
Catherine, there you go.
Catherine is just picking up the leftover fire blankets and throwing them at him.
Yes, horse fire blankets
Here's
and
the
plasma.
solid.
All right. So I leap it in front of my two party members, my allies, and we shoot a beam of plasma, which plasma is extremely conductive. So it passes through one of those grills that's still floating around somewhere, and it just like this lightning fucking everywhere.
Does blow up the grill though,
It,
and yeah, it's a huge pulse of energy that travels through the grills that are in here. Not going to help you with the grills outside. Before it gets to charcoal. And as he sees that ring of plasma coming towards him, he just sighs. Well, can't say it was a great life. Hated my job, hated my coworker, and then he explodes.
wow,
I feel
I
bad
feel
for
kinda
him.
bad. Yeah, I feel kind of bad now.
Poor guy.
We
he
should
just-
probably the malls. We should probably leave.
Well, we should. Those things are still burning. We should get the fire department, and two, we need to collect all those grills.
I'm sure that they're just grills now, and also they already blew up, and also I don't think we can put this fire out. It's entire mall.
Okay. We head out and call the fire department.
Yeah, let's go.
They have to be on the way already. There's no way no one called the fire department right now.
The fire department has been having a very busy day. They will get to it when they get to it.
I can't believe that even the bricks are on fire. So was fire. Everything was fire.
All right, and so we get to our final scenes then. So we have 2 positive friendship die and 1 negative. And I can't immediately think of a negative one, and we're supposed to start with positive anyway, so let's do that. And I'll do mine second.
Well, I mean, we got these free outfits from the store. Even though this one is super ugly. I hate it.
Mine is all singed, and it's got like sexy damage.
Oh, it's got that fire emblem damage.
Yep.
I mean, I guess the mall is kind of just abandoned at the moment. You could get more clothing.
It's also on fire. Everything got smoke damage.
The
on it.
Macy's was A-okay somehow.
Catherine has new cat friends, so that's a plus for her. She's now a little bit taller.
So it occurs to me that like it's just fire. Like they're all fire, This isn't like just like elemental like theme thing. It's just fire and then more fire and then different kinds of fire. Plasma is just really hot matter. I don't know
Oh,
if it's gonna
hold on a sec.
be working for us.
Oh no, you disbelieved the GM and she vanished.
All right, so happy endings.
Abe, what do you think? What are we gonna do about more fire guys?
I figure we can use overwhelming power, or we can recruit a fourth member who has a power legally distinct from ours, who we can use to blend into our power.
I
To-
say we stock up on fire blankets.
Listen,
Alright,
I'm
so now
looking
we
at
have
the
to go through a few
I'm
negatives.
looking at Wikipedia here, and there aren't really any other faces of matter though.
That's why I said that they would be distinct from us. You know, like the icicle lady.
Yeah, except, not me, because I don't do great with fire.
You mean not the icicle lady? I say, winking at Beatrice.
Oh no, she's still disguised as you're all
Oh,
walking
okay,
out.
okay, good. Never mind.
Alright. So if that's that for that scene, a negative scene.
Well, the
Well,
mall
Abe-
did burn down.
Susie
completely.
does not shut up for weeks about how Abe and I didn't realize that how Candleax works.
Yeah, so the negative is
For the
just
record, I misremembered something about how it works.
I burned
No,
a lot
it
of
doesn't
scented
burn.
candles.
It doesn't
thank you.
burn until it evaporates. I misremembered that horribly, and will not pay the price for it for the rest of my life.
How do you think?
Man, I apologize in advance for the YouTube comments on this one.
Oh God, we're
don't
idiots.
worry, we don't get YouTube comments, it's fine.
Yeah, nobody watches
We'll
this.
stump them.
Alright. So yeah,
So Abe
the
discovers.
entire town's just a mess at the moment.
Yeah.
Where were
Because-
they
Nobody's in
hanging
a
out
summer
now?
vacation mood because the entire town, there were just a whole lot of fires. Didn't burn to the ground, but
Two.
the mall has been ruined and a lot of lawns have been ruined. It's just a bad time.
This is the second episode of the season, and half the town's been destroyed.
Good.
Alright.
Abe discovers that his sister has her lab back and can start making the full thing. That's his happy ending, so he can finally be a pretty girl again.
I'm going to say she is able to make more formulas again, if only because I do kind of want to steal the idea of sneaking into the school lab.
Mm-hmm.
So she is at the very least able to continue making the dubious formulas. All right, and so
One
that's
more
the end
bad
of
thing.
episode 2.
And
no, we only did one good thing and one bad thing. We had two bad things, right?
we have two good things,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
or two good things. Abe's family adopts Catherine. It's cats,
All of them.
all of them.
How did you find so many kittens?
It's
We found
summer.
so many
It's
kittens that walk in perfect sync.
it's cat season. It's summer. It's canon. Kitten explosion. Mom, can we keep them? They're so cute. I pet cat.
Only some of them. We'll take the rest to the shelter.
No, they might get
They all run away.
destroyed. I will find homes for them. I promise.
And then-
I have another question. So,
All right.
what was they said they're the Burning Nova?
Order of the Burning Nova, yeah.
Aren't stars just all plasma? Like they're just entirely. I'm having a crisis. I mean, you defeated this guy, but like, this guy was made of wood.
I'm gonna stop the fire, said Susie. No, Susie, said Catherine, you are the fire.
All right. At closing credits, Abe is playing with some of Catherine's cats in the backyard, making them chase a laser pointer.
Everyone,
while
a
Susie,
lot of the cast has just adopted the various cats.
Yeah, while Susie eats shares a popsicle with Beatrice. Because they're dating.
You can't prove anything.
All right.
All right, so that's it.
Oh wait, we got what was the crappy moral that the Canadian TV made us put on the show?
Don't play with fire. Oh, if it's a gas fire, don't use water.
Are all the morals gonna be don't play with fire?
Hey kids, grilling is super cool, but if something gets out of hand, make sure you put out that fire in the right way. Don't throw water at a Let's Go fire, for instance. And if you have a grease fire, throw salt on it.
Hey kids, sometimes you think you know something when you really don't. And then other people will ridicule you by laughing for 20 goddamn minutes, Jeff.
I'm sorry. I was not that's not my intent whatsoever.
The episode actually says Jeff. One of the writers just has a problem.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I was more annoyed in the moment. Now that any time has passed, I'm okay with it. Jared, do you want to take a stab at this?
Hey
Always
kids.
don't play with fire, Jared.
Hey kids. Jenner has
As
been...
he turns the chair around and sits in it backwards.
I'm gay.
No moral. That's it.
Be gay, do crimes. That's the moral.
Be gay, do crimes. Watch Naruto.
Isn't the former thing, though, the moral of every episode that we do?
Yes. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming now. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Good night,
So
everyone.
long.
I don't know.